Steve Goddard. More from the British invasion, the first wave coming up, and also coming up, some celebrity birthdays.
You heard that safe drivers get rewarded with Snapshot from Progressive, so you went online to check it out. But then you saw an ad for a vintage baseball cap, and now you find yourself checking the stats of that team's second baseman in '97, wondering why his stolen base total dropped after his rookie season. Wonder how much his rookie card is worth. Yes, they said it was easy to save money with Snapshot from Progressive, but they forgot about the rest of the internet. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
Hey, Matthew, we need to restock those sleeping bags.
Indeed knows unexpected growth can stretch your business thin.
One of you cover this register?
Like at Anita's outdoor store. To keep sales climbing, she needs to get started hiring right away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on Indeed, you get a short list of quality candidates from our resume database. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job post. Terms and conditions apply.
105.3 WFIV, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
The following is a special presentation of Horn Radio Sports. Here's Eric Gerhardt.
Good evening. Welcome into another night of Region High School basketball. We are at Clinton High School tonight as the Admirals open play in the region tournament, taking on the home-standing Dragons. Clinton getting to host as the District 3 AAA runner-up, the number 2 seed out of District 3, while the Admirals winning the consolation game over in District 4 come in as the number 3 seed. Farragut 13-12 overall, Clinton 16-5. And so the Dragons, having finished second in the regular season to the Oak Ridge Wildcats, also finished runner-up to Oak Ridge in the just concluded District 3 tournament last week, falling 76-61. So 3 of Clinton's 5 losses this year have been at the hands of Oak Ridge. The other losses early in the season, back on November 21st, at Maryville playing Bradley Central. It was the Bears of Bradley Central defeating Clinton in what was the second game of the year for Clinton, 70-65. And the only other loss, again, 3 losses to Oak Ridge, the loss to Bradley Central, the only other loss for Clinton came against Halls in early January, that first game back after the Christmas break. And in fact, after an extended break, they had gone since a loss to Oak Ridge on December 11th without playing, resumed on January 5th and fell at Hall 68-65. So just 5 losses this year for Coach Lockard's Clinton Dragons. Meanwhile, the Admirals have been up and down this year, as their essentially 500 record would indicate. They've been right there at 500, a game over, a game below all season long. But coming off a good performance against West, built a 15-point lead, and just as had occurred in the 2 regular season meetings against the West Rebels, Farragut saw that lead evaporate in the second half. But this time, rather than seeing the game completely get away from the Admirals, Farragut battled back in the closing minutes and won that District 4 AAA consolation game by a score of 63-58. So some clutch play down the stretch, and hopefully that bodes well for the Admirals entering tonight, coming off a win previously in the district tournament. Farragut played well against Hardin Valley, winning 67-52. That was an elimination game. Then in the semifinals, did not play well against Maryville, falling at Maryville High School 62-41 before the bounce-back victory over West on Tuesday night, sending Farragut to the region tournament again as the number 3 seed. And so the Admirals are in search of their first region win. This is hard to believe, but Farragut in search of its first region win since 2009, when Farragut, as the number 3 seed, went to Campbell County and defeated the homestanding Cougars 59-49. A proud tradition of high school hoops at Farragut, but it's been a program that has struggled in the last 10 to 12 years, maybe a little about 10 years, to put itself in the region on a regular basis, and of course to survive and advance these early rounds of the region. You've got 3 rounds in the region, and once you make the championship round, you're assured of moving on to the sectional. Region champions have the opportunity to host the sectional. Region runners-up go on the road. But those first 2 rounds of the region are elimination rounds. And it was last year in the first round here at Clinton where the Admirals saw their season come to an end, as Farragut led by 10 at halftime, 31-21. But Clinton came out in the third quarter, having scored again only 21 first-half points. The Dragons scored 30 in the third. They knocked down 5 3-pointers in that third quarter and took a 51-39 lead into the fourth quarter. Farragut actually outscored Clinton in the fourth, but fell by 10, 73-63, as Clinton would move on and then lose in the region semifinals to Maryville. And of course, Farragut's season was done a year ago. You look back on who the playmakers were for those Dragons last season, and the two primary scorers are back. Jackson Garner, just a sophomore at the time, had himself a whale of a ball game, scoring 33 points. He was outstanding at the free throw line, where he hit 16 of 18 free throws. Trace Thackerson, also a sophomore at the time, chipped in 15. And so both of those players obviously back for their junior years, and Farragut will have to contain those two if they hope to survive and advance tonight. Again, looking all the way back to last year's matchup, Robbie Guerin, departed senior of a year ago, led Farragut with 15 points. Ryan Neal and Isaiah Smith were also in double figures, but it was the Admirals with a 10-point lead at halftime, ultimately falling by 10 as Clinton won at 73-63. I commented to Coach Higgins on our way into the gym tonight that strong sense of deja vu in terms of walking back into the gym this time of the year, and it's just hard to believe that a year has passed with so much water having gone under the bridge with the COVID mess in the interim. But in some ways, it feels like it was just a couple of weeks ago that we were here at Clinton High School, and the Admirals got off to a good start but could not sustain it through the second half. The Dragons, by the way, last year, 25 of 34 from the free throw line. They shot 30 second half free throws. So Farragut got to keep Clinton off the foul line, got to defend the three-point line, and need to just play like they played against the West Rebels the other night. That was an inspired performance for the Admirals, coming off a subpar performance against Maryville, and that's kind of been the hiccup, I guess you could say, this year, is that they've not been able to string together those performances game after game. So we're going to see if Farragut perhaps can follow up that nice performance against West here tonight in the region first round and potentially extend their season on to the second round. You look at last night's girls opening round action. Oak Ridge ended Farragut's season winning 67-58. Maryville defeated Hall 65-33. Heritage won over Powell 44-33, and Bearden defeated Clinton 76-37. We're going to have the playing of the national anthem. Let's get a 2-minute break, and we'll return with tonight's tip-off as you listen to Farragut Hoops on 105.3 WFIV.
Lawrence, Louisville, Rockford, Wallen, Townsend, even Tallahassee. It don't matter where you live. Google 8565 Kingston Pike. Take that short drive to Ted Russell Nissan, because nobody can sell you the same new Nissan for less. Ted Russell Nissan. We got it going on.
Back here at Clinton High School as we get set for the introduction of the starting lineups for this first-round region matchup between the homestanding Dragons and the visiting Farragut Admirals, a 3-versus-2 matchup. Admirals winning the consolation game in District 4, finishing as the number 3 team in last week's district tournament, or earlier this week in the district tournament, and the Clinton Dragons finishing the runner-up to Oak Ridge in District 3. So Farragut coached by John Higgins, assisted by Josh Gregory, Justin Wakefield, and David Dawson. The Admirals 13-12 overall. They went 9-5 the district regular season, finishing 3rd, and again 3rd in the tournament. And so the Admirals are in their road gray with the Navy numerals outlined in white. Number 4, Dylan Atwell, who was an all-tournament selection. Dylan, a junior. Number 5, Ryan Neal, he too an all-district tournament selection. Neal, junior, coming off a 21-point performance against West. Also the sophomore, number 13, Dallas Carbaugh. Number 14, junior Carter Mayfield, and inside number 15, senior Jack Carasso. Clinton Dragons 16-5 overall. They went 11-3 to finish 2nd in District 3's regular season, and again we're runners-up, second place team in the tournament as well. Coached by Chris Lockard. He's assisted by Matt Housley, Troy Thackerson, and Casey Dowdery. And again, last year, the 2 young men who did the lion's share of the damage against the Admirals, Trace Thackerson and in particular Jackson Garner. They're both juniors this year. Garner had 33 in the win last year, 73-63 over the Admirals in this very round at this very gym. And it'll be for Clinton, Jackson Garner, 6'1", the junior. Number 4, Rashawn Bright, 5'9", a junior. He was a contributor last year as well. Number 5, Tyler Morgan, 6'3", a junior. And number 11, Lane Harrison, 6'6", a junior. So he's going to have a height advantage on anybody in gray and navy tonight. And I missed the other starter. We'll get that for you here in a moment. But joined by Coach Jason Mayfield. And we've got Tony Cox back at our WFIV studios. If you're watching online, that video brought to you by Brandon Campbell and Justin Bieber, making sure that it's going out on YouTube as well. And it's going to be Carasso to jump for Farragut, and to jump for Clinton will be Lane Harrison. And Thackerson was the one starter that I had missed. That's an obvious one. Again, Thackerson had 15 in last year's matchup with Farragut. And the Admirals will control the opening tip. So Dylan Atwell brings it into front court as he'll be picked up by Thackerson. Dylan off to the right side to Carter. To Carbaugh, top of the key. Here's Dylan. Good look over a screen by Carbaugh. Drains the 3. Good start for the Admirals and Coach Mayfield. It has been Atwell who has been shooting the ball exceptionally well the last week or so in particular.
Yeah, he's kind of back to playing like he was as a freshman. He was hurt all year last year and had some little bad luck this year, and so it's good to see. Obviously coming out, hitting the first 3 is big. First possession of the ball game, the Admirals leading 3-0. This will be Clinton looking to answer as Garner spins on the right baseline and hits a little mid-range jumper. 3-2. Farragut leads as both teams score on their opening possessions. Atwell drives left, kicks to Mayfield, left wing 3. Good. Good start for the Admirals as Mayfield and Atwell hit back-to-back 3s to open the game.
Great environment here. It's a fun place. I was telling my wife on the way over, I love District 4. I love coaching at Farragut, but some of these District 3 gyms are they're good gyms. This is a good gym here.
I hate that District 4 is going to be losing Lenoir City next year. That's always one of those old Hoosier movie-type gyms.
Yep.
This will be a pull-up left side for Lenoir. Speaking of Lenoir City, and it's the same color scheme, Lane Harrison pops and drops one from the left side. So the 6'6" junior for Clinton showing a little range as he hits from about 16. Here's Carbaugh down the lane, gives to Mayfield in the left corner. 6-4, Farragut leads. Both teams have scored on their first 2 possessions. Farragut a pair of 3s. Neal gives off to Carbaugh out top. Carbaugh down the right side of the lane, picks up his dribble as he's defended there by Morgan. Back out top, Neal penetrates, gives to Mayfield. Left corner three, no good. Carbaugh grabs a loose ball underneath and scores on a stick back.
That's something he's, he needs to get back to doing that. He didn't quite, wasn't quite himself in the district tournament. It's good to see early.
That's going to be, got to be a push. Holy cow. You may see things through navy and gray lenses, but man, Garner with a forearm shove, but Farragut picks up the foul. So they give the foul to Farragut's Carter Mayfield. And it'll be Thackerson inbounding. Comes into Morgan. Morgan hands it off then to Rashawn Bright. Rashawn Bright out top, guarded by Farragut's Ryan Neal. Into the lane, shot up, and got it to go. And Farragut came over with the help defense and clipped him on the arm on the shot attempt. And actually, they're going to give it to Neal, the primary defender, on the play. Thought maybe Carasso would pick it up, but Neal picks it up. So 2 early fouls on the Admirals and a chance for a 3-point play for Clinton as Rashawn Bright will shoot the free throw. And again, last year it was, free throw fest. 34 free throws attempted by Clinton last year, 30 of them in the second half.
It's really different, not to make any excuses for, what's going to happen tonight or last night, but having the, this is Clinton and Oak Ridge's association.
Yeah.
And that's a little different this year. That's a COVID thing, and not having the other region, as we missed Dylan's good play there inside strong. I mean, I expected it to be called tight last night, and they let us play more. This team's got to adjust a little bit. That's 3 kind of tight, quick fouls, and both teams have to adjust.
Atwell completes a 3-point play. His field goal, beautiful little stop and start action as he got loose from Thackerson. Thackerson picked up the foul, and now here's a ball loose in Clinton's front court, and everybody jumping in, and they say held ball. Yeah, Coach, I didn't want to bring it up last night. I mean, first of all, I knew you wanted to get to your team, but you didn't shoot a free throw.
Well, that was weird, but we talked about it after the game because we worried about that. I mean, that's one of the things that can change it. I didn't think it really changed the game. It was weird that we didn't have a free throw, you would think, but I thought it was officiated fairly. I really did. It was consistent on both ends. They were letting us play.
Yeah.
Obviously here early, maybe they're not. That's the one thing, like I said, you got to, as long as it's consistent, that's what you're looking for.
Harrison misses on a pull-up jumper. Farragut with a rebound. Carbaugh in front court to Mayfield. Now to Atwell. Top of the key. 3 short. Rebounded away by the Dragons. Tyler Morgan. Into front court. Dragons. That's Garner driving the lane and missing at the rim. Carasso, good job of keeping his balance, coming down with a rebound. Ahead to Atwell. Now to Neal on the left wing. Penetrates. Kicks to Mayfield in the right corner. Moves to the wing. Out top to Atwell. Atwell. Guarded there by Morgan of Clinton. Gives to Carbaugh. He's going to try a 3, too strong, and the ball's tracked down in the far corner by Clinton's Trace Thackerson. Thackerson up the right side in front court for the Dragons. Gives off to Harrison. Harrison working against Carbaugh.
Good matchup there between Harrison and Carbaugh. That's a good 2 kids that are really similar. 6'5", both of them probably around there, and that's a good little matchup. They both play really, really similar.
Yeah, seeing Dallas standing alongside Harrison, I feel a little better about things because I believe his 6'6" is a little overstated. There's a pull-up jumper left side. Garner, his second basket. Yeah, he's a player. He's a player.
A little dad perspective. I told Carter, you're going to give up some tonight. He's a good player. You got to stay confident there and keep playing.
11-9, Farragut by 2 as Carbaugh driving left side into the lane, puts it up off the window. No, grabs his own miss, goes back up with it. No good. And it's rebounded away by Harrison of Clinton. Into front court, Thackerson for the Dragons will leave it off with Garner. Coach Lockard barking down below. 3:40 to play opening quarter. Farragut by 2 as they screen out top.
Screen and roll, they did a lot last year. We struggled with it last year a bunch.
Garner pulls up and hits from 15. Just off the right elbow. The jumper good by Garner. So he's got 6. Bright has 3. Harrison has 2 as Clinton has tied the game at 11. Farragut's Atwell has 6, Carbaugh 2, and Mayfield 3. Scoring thus far as we have 3:15 to go in the opening quarter. Atwell working behind Carbaugh. Now into the lane goes Dillon, into the left corner. Carter, 3-pointer off the side of the backboard. It'll be Clinton grabbing it. It's Garner with the basketball for the Dragons. So 3 minutes to play opening quarter. And Farragut, which jumped out to the lead, has it trailed. Clinton with an opportunity here to take the lead. Ball's knocked away down low. Out of bounds touch last by Farragut. No, they call a foul.
Yeah, they called a reach in there on Ryan. I think that's his second,
That's
right?
his second.
That's with Carter having 1 and Ryan having 2. We're a little guard limited with Elisha being out tonight. So that's a tough call there.
Tyler Morgan checks out for Clinton. See who the Dragons got in. They got in Jeremiah Blavitt, I believe. Pronunciation on that. But he's a lanky one. So they show him as 6'6" on the roster, and he's close to it, I would think. He takes a pass in the lane from Harrison, misses at the rim, but was fouled. And here's two free throws coming as they give the foul to Farragut's Lucas Arnold, who had just checked into the ball game for Jack Carasso. So you got Dallas Carball, Lucas Arnold. You also Brandon Cuevas has entered the ball game, joining Atwell and Mayfield. Free throw rattles home, good by Blavitt. Second was good as well. Clinton 3 of 3 from the line, and the Dragons for the first time lead 13-11. Carball guarded by Blavitt, top of the key, hands to Atwell. He's guarded there by Truss. Mayfield comes back right to left, picks up his dribble top of the key, looking for some help. Over to Arnold on the left wing, returns the ball to Carter, who moves it back out near midcourt. Resets the half-court offense. 2:20 to go, opening quarter. Coach Higgins, play call. Right side. Truss on Atwell. Dylan takes him into the lane, misses. There's a putback by Carball. No good. Third try. No good. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Farragut.
Sorry, you like to see Dallas being active there early.
Yeah.
Again, he needs to get back to that. He's done a good job of that so far early.
Atwell lobbing in to Carball, lost it. Taken away by Blavitt, and here's Clinton in front court. Blavelt, excuse me. I was thinking double T, E-L-T.
I'll leave the pronunciations to you.
Into the lane for Clinton, goes Bright. Mayfield hit the deck, and Bright hits the shot in the paint. He's got 5, and Clinton leads 15-11, 1:35 to play.
A little run here by
First
Clinton.
half.
It's a good little answer here in the next minute and a half.
Atwell.
There's another one. You just it's okay. We like that, but that's just another one you think you let him play a little bit.
Rodavian Truss picks up the foul, his first in the team's second. Farragut's got 4 fouls. 1:26 to play in our opening quarter, and the Admirals are going to be inbounding side front court across the way. Carball will trigger it. Again, you've got Cuevas, Lucas Arnold, Dylan Atwell, Carter Mayfield out there in addition to Carball. So Carball gives it into Atwell. Admirals down 4. Mayfield driving, baseline, bounces it off to a wide open Arnold, who lays it up and in. Nicely done. Baseline drive by Mayfield, freeing things up for Arnold to hit the layup, and it's 15-13. Clinton in front court. Left side, Harrison. Back out top to Garner. Guarded by Mayfield. Right side, Thackerson. Cuevas is on him. Harrison pops out, shoots the 3 over Carball. No good.
Grab it.
And wow, they're going to give that to Cuevas.
That's my last comment, Eric. I'm
Inbounding Thackerson from the baseline. That's 5 fouls on the Admirals now. Garner off to Truss. Popping out Blavelt. Now Thackerson top of the key, guarded by Atwell. Harrison's pass knocked away by Carball, picked up by Dylan Atwell. Ahead to Carball on the break, got it caught up on his leg, and they call the travel. Well,
good defense there, good deflection. Great job by Dallas. Dylan picked it up. A little unlucky there.
Teams exchange turnovers. So Clinton most likely going to hold for 1. 25 seconds to play in our opening quarter. 15-13. The Dragons by 2 as Thackerson walks it into front court, guarded by Dylan Atwell. Drives left. Into the lane, comes to a stop on the block, can't get a shot off, gives out top to Blauvelt for a three that is too strong. Farragut rebounds with 7 seconds to play. Atwell into front court with 4 seconds. Atwell over on the right side. Mayfield, quick three, short. And so Farragut trailing 15-13 after one in this region first round matchup here at Clinton High School. Let's get a 1-minute break, and we will return with second quarter action on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's independent voice, 105.3 WFIV.
We're all paying attention to social distancing and cleanliness these days, and your nearby Pilot Food Mart has got you covered. Every Pilot has a sanitation station. You'll find masks and hand sanitizer to help keep you and your family safe. While you're there, get your Pilot My Rewards card. It's good for 3 cents a gallon off Pilot gas and in-store specials. Your neighborhood Pilot Food Mart. We're right on your way.
Hey folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. Don't leave money on the table when you're in the market for a new Nissan. Remember, buying an automobile may be the second biggest purchase you'll ever make. And nobody can sell you the same new Nissan for less than Ted Russell Nissan. A lower price means lower payments. Even if your credit's got a little cattywampus, it's no problem. We got finance managers on duty to straighten it out. And how do we do it? A lot of volume, huge discounts, and a whole lot of wiggle room. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike. Ted Russell Nissan. We got it going on.
First possession of the second quarter belongs to the Admirals. Jake Bishop has checked into the ball game. Coach Higgins really raving about the job that the senior did against West in Farragut's last game.
Defensively, he was really active. He was really good. It's good to see.
Bishop out top. Hands to Mayfield. Mayfield down the left side of the lane. Into the corner. Cuevas. Good look for three. No good. And we got a foul call, and this time it's going to be on Clinton. Take that. I'm a little surprised they actually had inside position on the rebound. But third foul on Clinton. Here's the inbound to Atwell for a three. No good. Ball's tipped around, and Clinton controls it. The Dragons in front court leading by 2. Early second quarter, first round region matchup here at Clinton High School. Dylan Atwell guarding Garner. Garner gives off left side to Blauvelt. Out top, Thackerson. Now to Bright. Bright guarded by Mayfield as he backs it out near midcourt. High screen set by Thackerson. Farragut on the switch. Cuevas now.
Screen again,
and Bright is able to get to the rim and score.
We struggled on that last year. We're not quite hedging out enough, high enough on that screen. It's just hopefully we can fix that better than what we did last year. That was, I don't know if you remember, Eric, but that was a big problem last year. Part of Jackson's 33 last year was he's a good player, but you can't give him that many open looks.
Atwell going to take steps, as I think his primary passing lane, Clinton threw a handout maybe and took it away, and he was looking for somebody else, lost his balance a little bit, took steps. And just Farragut's second turnover by my count. Clinton with 1, 17-13. The Dragons on the board first here in the second quarter. Is Bright, same action here with the screen, although he forgoes the screen, just drives off the right side, and Bright scores. He's got 9. So Bright, the junior, had 5 in last year's matchup, has 9 in this first half to lead the Dragons in scoring back-to-back buckets.
A lot of juniors for Clinton.
Yeah, they're a young team.
Yeah, they are.
Bishop's going to launch a three. How about that? Top of the key, no good. Good rotation on it, but too strong. Rebounded away by Thackerson, brings it in front court, loops it over to Garner. He's going to shoot a three. And from the right wing, no good. Farragut battling itself for the rebound, and Arnold took steps. Very strong on the rebound, but kind of lost his balance, maybe tearing it away from a teammate coming out of there, and ended up taking steps. So Clinton gets a reprieve, gets the ball right back underneath its own basket.
Farragut had a quick 11 points, and now we're kind of stuck here.
Yeah, stuck on 13 as inbound feed off the baseline comes into Rashawn Bright. 5:45 to play first half. Bright guarded by Bishop into the lane. Garner, right side three, back iron, rebounded away by Atwell of Farragut. Into front court, Dillon pulls up, top of the key, over to Ryan Neal, right side. Neal driving on Thackerson, pulls up, some contact. Couldn't get the shot to go, but a couple of free throws coming for Ryan with 5:28 to play in the first half as they give Thackerson his second foul and the team fourth on the Dragons. Farragut with 5 team fouls, inching closer to the bonus.
Ryan will have to be smart here defensively with the 2 fouls, but I think he's smart enough to be able to play with those 2.
Free throw rims out for Neal. As previously mentioned, he's coming off a team-high 21-point performance against West. District tournament consolation game. Looking to add his name to the scoring column. Thus far, 4 Admirals have scored. Make it 5 as Neal hits 1 of 2.
Getting off 13, maybe that'll help us a little bit here.
19
get a stop,
to 14.
get a score. We should be all right. Plenty of time, obviously.
Bright. Right side, looking inside for Harrison. Ball knocked away, grabs it back, goes straight to the rim and scores. And so Lane Harrison with his second basket. Ball knocked free, but Harrison collected it, made a beeline for the basket, gives Clinton a 7-point lead at 21-14.
Clinton switches to his zone here.
Yep. Clinton, does that look like 1-2-2?
Yeah, little 1-2-2 zone. Good shot.
Carball, right side 3, good, over the top of the zone. Sophomore Dallas Carball with his first 3 in some time. I don't remember Dallas hitting one in a few weeks. Here's Garner looking to answer at the other end for Clinton. Too strong, and Carball rebounds it away. Garner struggling a little bit with his outside shot. Farragut needs to make hay while that's the case. 21-17, Admirals trailing by 4 as Ryan Neal and Carter Mayfield exchanging it back and forth. Out top. They'll swap places on the floor. Mayfield slides over to the right wing. Carball takes a pass from Neal on the left side. Guarded there by Blauvelt out of the zone. Here's Neal, right side 3, good. Ryan knocks down a 3-pointer. His first in the team fourth, and Farragut pulls to within 1 midway through the second quarter.
They switch to zone. We make back-to-back threes. That's I feel like sometimes when I switch to zone, that's what the other team does. So, you got to be able to play multiple defenses sometimes, and it just happens sometimes.
Blauvelt, top Harrison, both the tall, lanky Dragons on the floor at the same time. They went down low to Morgan, mishandled the pass, quickly got it back to Garner in the left corner. Now it comes out top to Bright. Bright guarded by Ryan Neal. Blauvelt ready to set a screen.
Great.
Nobody
better,
went with Blauvelt.
Much better screen defense there.
But here's a shot put up from the free throw line by Harrison, no good, and Farragut rebounds it away. Too strong on the shot, and the Admirals in front court is Mayfield. Bumped at the free throw line, fouled by Garner. That'll be the first foul on Jackson Garner and the 5th on the Dragons as a team, so the fouls even up.
Back to Jake Bishop on the last game defensively. That was a really, really good defensive possession. He high hedged right there, and he gave Ryan a chance to get back and switch, and that's what you're trying to do there. They're not just dead switching, they're high hedging and then trying to get back. So that was a really good job by Jake. You got to cut the drive off right there.
21-20. Admirals with a chance to reclaim the lead that they had throughout much of the first quarter.
It's a second inbound that I feel like they're a little disorganized, but.
And it came to Carball, to Neal, back to Carball in the corner. Now inside to Jack, little baby hook, good. Carasso in the post scores his first points, and he becomes the 6th Admiral to score as Farragut leads 22-21. Garner, right side to the baseline, can't get a shot off against Mayfield as he picks up his dribble. Now coming through goes Truss, and he misses. And what do we have? Clinton, I think, on the baseline.
Yep.
Morgan was on the baseline after the miss, or the pass, one.
Should be an 8-0 run, right? Is that right?
Farragut was down 21-14 after the free throw. Makes
8-0 run, I believe. Yeah, 2 threes in the layup there.
And it could have been 21-13. Carball out top. Jake Bishop with the basketball. Gives to Ryan Neal coming around right to left. Neal bumped. Picks up his dribble to Mayfield on the baseline. Mayfield into the right corner for Carball. 3-pointer, no good. Bishop rebound. Kick out to Carter. 3-pointer ahead of the circle. Bang! Big one as Mayfield his second three, and Jake Bishop keeps it alive.
Great job, Jack, right there by Jake.
25-21. Admirals. 1:58 to play first half. Into front court, Rashawn Bright. Bright working off the screen. Neal gets through there defensively as Bright goes back right, gives off to Garner. Garner guarded by Mayfield. Jack Carrasso, Jake Bishop, Dallas Carball, Ryan Neal, Carter Mayfield on the floor for Coach Higgins. As Garner into the lane, shot up, no, and they call a foul. And if that's on Carter, that'll be his second. And it is indeed. By the way, Coach, if you get any score updates on any other region games, feel free to pass those along. Yep. I'm not a big Twitter follower, so I usually am. Otherwise, somewhat busy too. But I basically just check the Coach T scoreboard, and oftentimes I'm doing good to get finals.
Well, I basically just I relieve my nerves up here by just talking with you. So this is perfect for me. I don't know what you feel like. You may have created a monster by inviting me up here. So
Garner hits the first free throw. So the junior, Jackson Garner, has 7 points, gunning for number 8, and has it. That was Farragut's sixth foul, as Garner hits both free throws. So the Dragons are in the bonus, 1:25 to play until halftime, and Farragut leading 25-23. Admirals jumped out to the early 6-2 lead, back-to-back threes on their first two possessions. Clinton took a lead at 13-11, led 15-13 at the quarter break. Led 21-14 in this second quarter before the Admirals came back to lead 25-21. The two free throws a moment ago making it 25-23. So Farragut holding the ball down to 55 seconds, shortening this first half a bit as Mayfield out top being guarded by Truss. Coach Lockhart, I think, wanting the count initiated earlier than it was. Mayfield hands off to Neal.
I like this play by Coach. This is smart. Going to halftime, you're up 25-23. You get anything here is fine. If not, you got a lead going into halftime.
And you're protecting Neal and Mayfield, who have 2 fouls apiece.
Right.
So
good play. You got the guards to do it here. That's a smart play.
Coach.
It's a good timeout. Just our first we've taken.
Yeah.
I think he was worried about the 5 count there. That was really close. I think Ryan thought he had space, but you can see the count was still on. That's hard to dribble and be able to figure that out.
So Farragut uses the timeout, which I believe is the first timeout used by either team here in the first half. 25-23, the Admirals leading the Dragons. The winner will move on to play Tuesday in the region's semifinals. And the loser will see their season come to an end. Girls regional semifinals will be Monday. Girls region championship will be Wednesday. The boys follow suit again with their semifinals on Tuesday and their championships on Thursday. All of these region games are 7 o'clock tip-offs, and all of them being played on the home floor of the higher seeds.
So far, Eric, I've got Oak Ridge boys lead West 20-14 after the first quarter.
Okay.
I'll continue to look for a little bit more here as we finish this half out.
This time of year, people are a little bit better about posting in-game scores on Coach T, but still not quite the same, I don't think, as the Twitter universe. Here's Mayfield with 10 seconds to play. Into Carball, tried to get it down low to Carrasso. Truss steps in front, makes the steal ahead to Harrison. Harrison driving in front court, will kick into the right corner. Now Blauvelt on the wing, gives it back over on the right side to Bright. I don't think that shot was up in time. Well, maybe it was, but regardless, it was missed. And the Admirals, after holding the ball more than a minute to close out the first half, they threw it away, trying to get it down low, but the Dragons unable to score on the other end, and Farragut goes to the locker room at halftime with a 2-point lead, 25-23 in this first round region matchup at Clinton High School. So let's step aside, get a 2-minute break, and we will return on the other side to take a look at the first half numbers. Again, Farragut 25, Clinton 23, as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's Independent Voice 105.3 WFIV.
Persian Galleries is pleased to invite you to visit their new and more spacious showroom located in Western Plaza. This is the perfect time to make your dreams come true. Persian Galleries has gathered the finest selection of Persian and decorative rugs from all over the world at the best prices ever. Whether you're looking for a specific type of rug like antique tradition, silk and new modern, or contemporary, Persian Galleries provides only the highest quality rugs. Persian Galleries also offers many services such as trade, cleaning, repair, and appraisal to ensure the life of your rugs. Call today, 558-8777, or visit our website at PersianGalleriesKnoxville.com, located in Western Plaza next to the Fresh Market.
Has your latest power bill left you traumatized? That's when you realize it's time to call Climatize. Call Climatize Heating and Cooling today or go to ClimatizeTennessee.com. And remember, second opinions are always free.
Hey folks, Daryl Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. Don't leave money on the table when you're in the market for a new Nissan. Remember, buying an automobile may be the second biggest purchase you'll ever make. And nobody can sell you the same new Nissan for less than Ted Russell Nissan. A lower price means lower payments. Even if your credit's got a little cattywampus, it's no problem. We got finance managers on duty to straighten it out. And how do we do it? A lot of volume, huge discounts, and a whole lot of wiggle room. Ted Russell Nissan on Keats the Pie. Ted Russell Nissan. We got it going on.
At your nearby Pilot Food Mart, there's a refreshing drink special waiting for you, and it's only 99 cents. Any size fountain drink, icy, or coffee is right inside, and just 99 cents every day. With your Pilot My Rewards card, get 3 cents off every gallon of gas. And find additional specials inside the store. Drink specials, gas savings, regular specials. Get your Pilot My Rewards card today. Pilot, we're right on your way.
Back at Clinton High School, we are at halftime of this first-round region matchup, and the Admirals leading by a score of 25-23. It was the Admirals hitting threes on their first 2 possessions. Clinton scored on its first 2 possessions as well, so I guess Farragut's biggest lead was maybe it's 6-2. That 4-point cushion before the Dragons came right back and made it 6-4. But the Admirals led much of the first quarter. Clinton took a lead 13-11, led 15-13 at the quarter break. The Dragons leading 21-14 in the second quarter before the Admirals went on a nice run, surged in front 25-21. So that was what, an 11-0 run for Farragut. And the Dragons with the final 2 points of the half as Jackson Garner hit a couple of free throws, pulling Clinton to within 2. Farragut held the ball for about a minute to close out the first half. Did not get any points out of that possession, ultimately turned it over inside of probably 10 seconds to play in the half, but the Dragons were unable to convert at the other end on the final possession of the half. So 25-23, our halftime score, Farragut leading by 2. I had the Dragons with just 1 turnover in the first half, and Farragut with 4. Looking at the individual scoring for the homestanding Dragons, Jeremiah Blauvelt, 2 of 2 from the line, 2 points. Jackson Garner, 2 of 2 from the line, 8 points. Rashawn Bright, 1 of 1 from the line, 9 first half points. And Lane Harrison with 4 points for the Dragons, as Clinton has 4 players in the scoring column in the first 16 minutes. Collectively, Dragons were 5 of 5 from the foul line and did not hit a 3-pointer. And so if they shoot threes, and there's no reason really why they wouldn't shoot threes as well as they did last year, because the guys who did such a good job with that are primarily back in Thackerson and Garner. Coach Lockard, he's preaching to his team, we haven't hit a 3-pointer, and we're only trailing by 2 points. For the Admirals, they're going to say, hey, our defense had a little something to do with that. And Admirals, as far as their scoring goes, had Dylan Atwell scoring 6 in the opening frame. Didn't score in the second, but 6 first half points for Dylan. 1 of 1 from the line and a 3-pointer. Ryan Neal, 1 of 2 from the line. 1 3-pointer for Ryan. He has 4 first-half points. Lucas Arnold with 2. Dallas Carbaugh with 5, included in his total a 3-pointer. Carter Mayfield, a pair of 3s as he tallied 6 first-half points. And Jack Carrasso with 2 points. So the Admirals were 2 of 3 from the foul line. Again, Clinton was 5 of 5. And Farragut knocked down 5 3-pointers. Again, Clinton did not have a 3-pointer in the first half, but the Admirals got 2 from Mayfield, 1 apiece from Carbaugh, Neal, and Atwell, as the Admirals lead it here at intermission 25-23. We'll get another 2-minute break and return with more on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's independent voice, 105.3 WFIV.
We're all paying attention to social distancing and cleanliness these days, and your nearby Pilot Food Mart has got you covered. Every Pilot has a sanitation station. You'll find masks and hand sanitizer to help keep you and your family safe. While you're there, get your Pilot My Rewards card. It's good for 3 cents a gallon off Pilot gas and in-store specials. Your neighborhood Pilot Food Mart. We're right on your way.
Shop Farragut wishes you and the entire Admiral Sports Nation much success and happiness this exciting season, and reminds you to shop Farragut all year long. Your Farragut retailers, restaurants, and service providers have worked hard to make your shopping easy and a bargain. Follow Shop Farragut on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get all of the deals and discounts you need. Go at it. What tells your story? Your diploma, an art print, a map from a trip you've held on to for years, a shadow box of a favorite sports jersey. Whatever it is, at Express Frame, we've made custom framing fast, easy, and affordable. Each frame is handcrafted by our experts in-house using high-quality materials. With our large frame inventory selection, we'll get your finished artwork back to you in a lot less time than traditional custom framing stores. Same expert staff and service, new name. Express Frame is located in the Dick's Sporting Goods Shopping Center, next to Sports Clubs. Frame your story at Express Frame and look for special offers at expressframe.net. We know framing, you'll know the difference.
Has your latest power bill left you traumatized? That's when you realize it's time to call Climatize. Call Climatize Heating and Cooling today or go to ClimatizeTennessee.com. And remember, second opinions are always free. Climatize.
Action on the boys' side of things tonight. Last night, the Lady Admirals unfortunately saw their season come to an end at Oak Ridge as the Lady Wildcats won 67-58. Other girls' finals last night, it was Maryville defeating Hall 65-33. So Maryville will be at Oak Ridge Monday night. Heritage defeated Powell 44-33. So Heritage moves on to play at Bearden on Monday night. As Bearden defeated Clinton 76-37. So District 4 won 3 of the 4 matchups as they did a year ago. And unfortunately, Lady Admirals had to go to top-seeded Oak Ridge and just did not play as well as they were capable. Oak Ridge, always a scrappy defensive team, able to get the victory. So the second-round matchups, semifinal matchups, coming up Monday night on the girls' side of things. Oak Ridge hosts Maryville, Bearden hosts Heritage. For the boys, got some halftime scores as appreciate Coach Jeff Courtney sending me a couple of scores. And Coach Jason Mayfield here too was checking Twitter for some scores. But low scoring first half as Maryville is up on Central 16-14. Oak Ridge in a high scoring first half leads West 40-36. And then the one particular here, Coach Jeff Courtney was alerting me to, Bearden 29-19 as the Bulldogs leading at intermission over Carnes. Here, it's 25-23, Farragut leading by 2, and we hit the critical third quarter. Always such a key point in the game coming out to start the second half. Last year, Clinton scored 30 third-quarter points after trailing by 10 at the half. The Dragons last year had 3 3-pointers in the first half, knocked down 5 in the third quarter. as they surged in front and would win by 10 ultimately. So Clinton without a three-pointer in the first half. Can Farragut keep them on the schneid? Dragons with the first possession and a walk. Ryan Neal there defensively on Rashawn Bright, who they say took steps, and that's just Clinton's second turnover of the night. Both teams really have done a pretty good job taking care of the ball. Farragut with its first possession of the third quarter. Admirals start with the same five they began the game. Carball, Carrasso, Mayfield, Atwell, and Neal. Neal takes a ricochet pass from Atwell, looks down low for Carrasso, and ball knocked out of bounds by the Dragons in the post.
Kind of the opposite. I'll never forget it. Last year, we started off with a turnover to start the third quarter, so maybe we'll have the 30-point quarter here.
That would be nice. Neal into the paint against Farragut not looking. Admirals not on the same page. Thackerson gets a gift wrap steal, and the Dragons in front court as Bright into the lane with the right hand, pulls up and hits. Rashawn Bright in double figures now. He's the first player on either team in double figures, and he ties the game at 25. Atwell right side to Mayfield, guarded by Thackerson. Out top to Carbaugh. He's guarded there by Tyler Morgan. Atwell left side to Neal. Neal lost his dribble, but it carries right over to Carter Mayfield on the right wing. Moves to the top of the key, down the lane, looking for Carrasso, and it's thrown away, deflected, and here's Harrison on the break for Clinton. Pulls up, leaves it back with Bright. So Farragut with a couple of turnovers on its first two possessions of the second half. 25 all as Bright sets up the half-court offense. Goes left, gives across the way to Garner. Garner into the paint, bounce pass on the baseline to Morgan. Could have shot. Instead, it'll be Harrison pulling up right baseline. No good, off the back of the rim. Carbaugh the rebound to Atwell. Atwell ahead to Neal. Neal driving on Bright. Bounce pass at the free throw line to Carbaugh. Into the left corner to Mayfield. Three-pointer, bang. Good ball movement by the Admirals. And the first basket of the second half belongs to Farragut's. On the Farragut side of things belongs to Carter Mayfield, his third three of the night. And Farragut leads 28-25. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. As Garner into the paint, pulls up, puts up the shot short, and seemed like a little bit of a tardy whistle.
That is one I do think Carter hit him on the elbow there. It looked like it just.
Well, that'll be.
Yeah, that's his third.
That'll
That's
be
tough.
his third. So nobody in any serious foul difficulties to begin the half, but certainly it's noteworthy with Mayfield picking up his third foul just over 2 minutes into the second half. And Garner, who made a living at the free throw line last year against the Admirals, hits the first of two. He's now 3 of 3 from the line tonight. Again, last year, 16 of 18 from the foul line. Second toss, good. So now he's in double figures. Bright with 11, Garner now with 10. Mayfield, Farragut's leading scorer, with 9. Admirals up 28-27. Ryan Neal, good look from out top. Three-pointer, good. They didn't get out over the Carbaugh screen, I guess, and Neal, good look at it, buries the three, his second of the night. 31-27. Admirals by 4. Garner. Atwell stays with him. High screen action. Here's Thackerson coming back right. Gives to Bright. Bright into the lane. Backs up to the free throw line. Ball knocked away by Neal. Picked up by Atwell. Admirals force the turnover.
Jack's hurt. It's not good.
Carrasso slow to get down the floor. Here's Neal penetrating and threw it away. And Coach Higgins is wanting to know. He wanted play stopped because Carrasso was injured. Farragut ultimately turned the ball over, playing 4-on-5. And only after Farragut turned the ball over was
I think if our guys would have known and maybe pulled it out, they didn't know. It's hard.
That's a tough predicament for the officials there, you know. And you got Coach Higgins barking at you,
But
you know, and he's.
If a coach calls it out, you know, you got to feel like you see that. But
Yeah.
again, that's a little unlucky.
And then at the same time, if you're an official, you're like, well, Farragut's, you know, trying to capitalize a little bit with tempo here, and so I don't want to ruin that for him.
Right.
Tough call.
Like I said, a little unlucky there. Good start, but 2 starters out quick. That's we got a good little bench. We should be okay.
Thackerson in the lane, little turnaround jumper from in close is good, and that is the first basket of the night for junior Trace Thackerson. as he scores over Cuevas, who has entered the lineup. Atwell picks up his dribble in Farragut's front court, hands to Neal, driving the left baseline, kicks out Cuevas. Good look right side, three, back ironed it. Long rebound, though, to Neal. Free throw line jumper for Ryan, too strong. Ball tipped around, and it'll be Thackerson coming away with it for the Dragons. 31-29, Farragut by 2. Clinton in front court with the ball as Thackerson launches a three and misses everything. And I think Coach Lockard using a timeout here. Yes, it's just a 30, so we'll keep it here for the time being. But again, those halftime scores, Bearden was up by 10 on Carnes, 29-19. Maryville was up by 2 over Central, 16-14. And Oak Ridge was leading West 40-36. The winners move on to play in the semifinals Tuesday night on the home floors of the higher seeds. Admirals looking for their first region win since 2009.
I've got Bearden up now, 38-20, mid-third quarter. I don't see anything else here quickly. It's a good game. This is evenly matched game. Both teams are.
Midway through our third quarter, Admirals with the ball coming out of the Clinton timeout. Ryan Neal, Dallas Carbaugh, top of the key, driving on Harrison, gives back to Neal, who's guarded by Garner. Carbaugh screens for Neal. There's the pick and roll action. Carbaugh pump fakes in the lane, got him up and lays it up and in. Got Blauvelt up in the air, and Carbaugh scores from in close. He's got 7. Here's Thackerson driving for Clinton at the other end.
Third.
And let's see if they give it to Cuevas or Neal.
Yeah, Ryan's third there.
Cuevas out of the game. Jake Bishop in.
It's like Jack's trying to run it off over here. Maybe he can.
So Mayfield's got 3 fouls. Neal's got 3 fouls. 3:50 to play in our third quarter. Clinton inbounding off the baseline as it comes in to Rashawn Bright. Ryan Neal remaining on the floor. Right side pass, Harrison, guarded by Carbaugh, moves into the lane. Tough turnaround shot is no good, and Carbaugh tracks it down on the baseline. Gives off to Atwell. Atwell in the front court for the Admirals. 3:28. Dillon explodes to the basket and missed the shot, but may have been fouled before the shot. It's going to be the call as Rashawn Bright picks it up. Dillon will inbound from the baseline right into Neal in the right corner, guarded there by Garner. Carbaugh screens. There's a pick and roll action with Carbaugh. Carbaugh, nice little up and under move, and scores again. Couple of really nice moves in the post by Dallas Carbaugh. Very patient.
Right.
Yes.
A lot of patience by a sophomore right there in a big game here. Those are good moves. We need those moves. Any of those inside looks like that, that's a good thing.
35-29. There's Garner driving the lane, misses the shot. Harrison hit the deck as Bishop may have exerted a little force where that's concerned. And here is Atwell on the break, called for steps as he leaves it off on an uncontested layup for Carbaugh that was good, but will be wiped away.
That looked like a great move there.
Stepped around the defender, left it off for the uncontested layup, but they called traveling. And that'll be Farragut's 4th turnover of the third quarter. Here's Garner driving the lane, and between two Admirals, he hits the deck. And they just gave a technical to the Admirals' Atwell. Got to keep your composure.
It's probably going to be his 3rd, I'm assuming, Dillon, because he got the foul, I think, and then got the tech. So we had a little momentum there. And
unless I missed one.
Maybe hopefully he didn't have one.
I don't think he had one, yeah.
All right.
But we'll mark this down. 35-29 with 2:47 to play when the technical was called.
4 free throws and the basketball when they were down 6. That's tough, especially when we had a layup to go up 8.
Yeah, so Dillon frustrated with the traveling violation at one end, then given a foul at the other end.
And it was a foul. I mean, that's one of those.
Right.
I mean, I've probably been a little critical, but that's, these guys do a good job. They really do. I'm not.
Right. It's not an easy job.
Right. It's not. And that was a foul on Dillon. You gotta move on. But that's, you're right. He's probably still upset about the previous play.
Right.
And
Garner hit 3 of 4 free throws, so he shot the technicals as well as having been fouled on the shot attempt, and Garner now has 13 points and has hit 7 of 8 free throws. 35-32, the Dragons get the ball. 2:45 to play in the third quarter. Lucas Arnold into the ball game for Farragut. Thackerson into the lane. Can't get a shot off against Bishop. Gives it off to Morgan. Back out on the perimeter. Garner with the ball, guarded by Atwell. So you've got Atwell, Arnold, Bishop, Neal, and Carbaugh on the floor. Garner pushing off, no call, pulls up, jumper, no good. And the Admirals tip the rebound to Bishop, gives it quickly to Atwell, ahead to Neal, driving for the layup. It is going to be good. Admirals get out on the break as Ryan Neal scores. Here's quickly back the other way, Rashawn Bright for Clinton as Farragut leads 37-32. Garner into the lane, got a step this time, misses at the rim. Carbaugh, strong rebound. Good long arms by Carbaugh, reels that one in. Farragut quickly in front court. Ryan Neal left him open for 3. Thank you very much. And Ryan Neal buries it. They just walked away from Ryan, and he buries the 3, his 3rd of the night. And the Admirals lead it 40-32 with 1:48 to play in the third. Big answer, Coach, after giving up the technical free throws and possession.
They were down. They were down 6. Technical happens, they get 4 free throws and the basketball. They make 3 of 4, right? Dylan plays great defense there. We get a run out, layup. Another great defense there with Lucas sliding over. Another run out, like you said, they leave Ryan wide open 3. Now we're back up 8. That's I say it all the time. People love to, say whatever they want, blah 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 blah. Coach Higgins, I love that my kid plays for him. He has, he coaches toughness, and those are tough plays right there. You're on the road, big game like that. A lot of things could have gone against you right there, and that's a great answer right there.
40-32, the Admirals lead with 1:48 to play in our third quarter as Coach Lockard uses a full timeout, saying, let's see, they pulled 32-35, so that's a little 5-point run for the Admirals following the technical. And as you said, Coach Mayfield, good defense as well. Defense leading to offense. Admirals feeding off that energy created at the defensive end. 1:48 to play in the third quarter. And Admirals returning to the floor. Lucas Arnold, Dylan Atwell, Dallas Carbaugh, Ryan Neal, and Jake Bishop. Thackerson with the ball left side for Clinton, guarded there by Bishop. Popping out top, Garner, guarded by Arnold. Morgan. Now here's Garner with the ball, guarded by Atwell. To Harrison, looks for the cutter down low, and Bishop slides in front. And almost like a defensive back reading the eyes of the wide receiver, threw his hand out and deflected that ball out of bounds. As Thackerson into Harrison in the lane. Looked like he took a little bunny hop. Gives it off to Thackerson, who had inbounded it, and Thackerson misses from in close. And foul committed. A couple of free throws coming. As Carbaugh is given the foul. I think it's his first, yes. It's Farragut's 5th of the half. Clinton's got 1 at the free throw line. Thackerson to shoot a couple, and Thackerson held scoreless in the first half. Last year in this first round region matchup, same round, same gym, these teams met, programs met, and Thackerson had 15. It's 1 of 2. Farragut in front court after the missed free throw. It's Atwell, top of the key, 3, no good. Harrison tips it out, and who's it off of? Off of Farragut, they say.
All right, good hustle there by Jake, just making a deflection. Any little plays like that to create an extra possession, you got to love that. 1:10 left, let's close this quarter out.
Farragut by 7, 40-33. This will be Clinton's. Garner trying a 3, no good over Atwell. Rebounded away by Arnold, given to Neal. Ahead to Carbaugh. Clinton doesn't get back, and Garner clips Carbaugh, although he's disbelieving.
Attack there.
disbelieving as Garner, they say, got a piece of Carbaugh. Good recovery by Garner to even contest. It looked like to me Dallas is going to have it.
Yeah, I agree.
All the way, but
he's a good basketball player. He's smart. Plays with a lot of confidence. He does a good job.
Carbaugh, too, as we've commented in recent games, very confident for a sophomore, very much at ease. You mentioned, both of us said the same word, I think patience, earlier in the post.
Yep.
Just very composed. And so the second free throw after making the first, the second one's a little strong. And so it's 41-33, the Admirals by 8 as Clinton rebounds away the missed free throw. The Dragons in front court, 40 seconds to play in this third quarter. Rashawn Bright out top to Harrison, hands to Thackerson, guarded by Atwell. Back to Bright, to Harrison, weaving, out top, the Dragons.
Garner out. You'd think they would try to hold here for one shot, but
bounce pass.
Maybe not.
Down low, moving to the elbow is Blauvelt. Back out top. 20 seconds to play now. Rashawn Bright with it. Bright off to Thackerson. Lane looked like it was going to come open. Thackerson pulls up in there and hits from in close.
Still got time here, 10 seconds.
Yep, 8 seconds to play first half is Neal on the left wing, moving against Thackerson. Can't get the shot off now. 3-2. Ryan doesn't really realize it. Throws one up. No good at the buzzer. And so Admirals a little bit maybe unclear on exactly how much time was left on the third quarter clock, and don't get a good look at the basket as the Dragons score the final bucket of the third. Thackerson in close in the paint scores to make it 41-35. Farragut by 6 as we head to the fourth quarter. Let's get a 1-minute break, and we'll return with fourth quarter action on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on Farragut's Independent Voice, 105.3 WFIV.
105.3 WFIV, Loudon, Farragut, Lenore City.
Hey, Rick Terry here with Rick Terry Jewelry Designs. We've got so many calls. Are you open? Are you doing jewelry work? And the answer is yes. Only a few small changes. Repair times are a little longer. Jewelry design consultations are done by appointment, but the same great service you've always expected is what you'll get. And at our brand new, totally redesigned jewelry store. It's spacious, clean, and safe. If you haven't been in, you've got to come see. Rick Terry Jewelry Designs, we want to be your jeweler.
Shop Farragut wishes you and the entire Admiral Sports Nation much success and happiness this exciting season, and reminds you to shop Farragut all year long. Your Farragut retailers, restaurants, and service providers have worked hard to make your shopping easy and a bargain. Follow Shop Farragut on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to get all of the deals and discounts you need. Go Admirals.
So Clinton trapping defensively on the first possession of the fourth quarter as the Admirals launch a three from the right wing. Dallas Carbaugh, no good. And
I got to be quiet there.
Everybody giving chase after a loose ball. This is going to be, well, they're going to call that on Jake Bishop. That's a tough call on Jake. There's no way around it. He's sitting on the floor, grabbing at the ball just like everybody else. And in fact, maybe looked like he had his hands on it. They give the foul to Bishop. It's his first and the team's 6th. So Clinton's going to be in the bonus the rest of the game. Just underway fourth quarter, the Admirals leading 41-35. Elsewhere, Bearden leads over Carnes 51-21 at the third. And at the end of the third, Central has gone ahead of Marable 27-23. Clinton with its first possession this fourth quarter. The ball must have been deflected by Farragut into rear court where the Dragons retrieve it.
Clinton's a good free throw shooting team. We're going to have to really keep them off the line here with 6 fouls early in the fourth. So.
Garner with the ball for the Dragons, guarded by Farragut's Dylan Atwell. Doubling on Garner as he moves to the baseline, and they call a foul on Carbaugh. He'll be a second, and to the line to shoot 1-1 will be Jackson Garner. Well, I mentioned as we got the third quarter underway that a year ago the Dragons hit 5 threes in the third quarter, 30 points. Tonight, Farragut holds them to 12 in the third, and still the Dragons are without a three-pointer this evening. But last year in the fourth quarter, the Dragons hit 14 of 19 free throws. So they are going to be at the free throw line, it would appear, here in the fourth quarter in the bonus. And Garner draws himself a bonus toss. As first one goes down, he is now 8 of 9 from the line tonight. 14 points for the junior. And the bonus toss is good as well. So it's a 4-point game. 41-37. 7:03 to play here at Clinton High School. First round region matchup, an elimination game, with the winner moving on to play Tuesday night in the regional semifinal. Jake Bishop hands to Carter Mayfield out top. Here's Dallas Carbaugh on the left side. It's Clinton. Man to man. They were trapping previously. Here's Atwell. Off-ball screen. Looked like he was open. Carbaugh gives to Bishop. Bishop to the basket and a blocking foul. Well, Farragut may have just gotten one there. Bishop with a very strong, determined move. I don't know that Thackerson was set, but oftentimes when it's almost a bull rush like that, it goes against the offensive player, but they gave it to Thackerson.
Ryan back in for Jake. That's really good minutes again for Jake. You gotta love that out of the senior.
Inbound feed for the Admirals. Mayfield to Neal. Neal gets a high screen. Gives to Mayfield. Could have shot the three. Instead to Atwell, top of the key. Atwell working back and forth behind Carbaugh. To Mayfield, down low to Carasso. Carasso spins in the paint, has the shot rejected. Out to Mayfield for a three-pointer. Bang! Just as soon as the gym was excited about the block shot, you've got a wide open look for three from Mayfield, and he buries his fourth of the night. 44-37. Driving, Garner pulls up left side, left it short, and the Admirals track it down in the corner. It'll be Ryan Neal giving off to Dylan Atwell. Atwell into front court against Bright, trying to turn him around. Now pulls up, 5:44 to play, and the Admirals leading 44-37 as Coach Lockard implores his defense to get up in the back pocket of the Admirals. Farragut looking backdoor miscommunication. Dallas thought Carter was cutting to the basket. Carter pulled up short. Ball sails out of bounds.
Anytime you cut back door, you got to keep going. That's tough on Dallas.
Ninth turnover for the Admirals.
Still about getting stops. Our defense has been really, really solid.
Bright all the way to the basket. Fouled. And if they give that to Neal, it'll be his fourth. They do.
I'm sure Coach Higgins would love us to stay on our feet a little more. They've got smaller guards, and when they're driving in there, our guys are long enough they can make, alterations to shots already. They don't have to get up in the air like that. It is Ryan's fourth, though. You're right.
Jake Bishop to the scores table, and he will enter between free throw attempts by Rashawn Bright, the first of which is up and good. So Bright now 2 of 2 from the line, has 12 points this evening. Garner has 15 to lead the Dragons. Bright has 12 and misses the second one, and Garner grabs the rebound off a loose ball over on the right wing, but missed a three.
You can tell he's a little frustrated. Carter and Dillon have done a good job on him.
Yeah. So the Admirals don't rebound the free throw cleanly, missed free throw, but catch a break on the missed three. And Farragut in front court, leading 44-38 as the Dragons double. Atwell gives to Mayfield, penetrates to Bishop out top, hands off to Atwell, guarded by Garner. Dillon drives right into the lane, pivots, gives to Carbaugh in the right corner. Driving on Harrison, comes to a stop, puts it up puts it up there, and it's off the back of the rim. Here's Thackerson in front court. That looked like an air dribble, potentially. Here's Harrison for three. Good. And Lane Harrison hits the first three of the night for the Dragons with 4:28 to play. 44-41. That three cuts Farragut's lead in half. Mayfield got away from Garner all the way to the basket with the right hand. He's fouled at the rim. 2 free throws coming for Carter Mayfield. Foul committed by Blauvelt. Will be his second. And the team, I guess it's fourth. Carter Mayfield. Free throw. Good. 13 tonight for Carter. Had 9 in the win over West most recently. And out of the ball game for Clinton, Jackson Garner. Checking into the ball game, Hunter Rupert. I believe that's his first action tonight.
That's what I was getting ready to say. I haven't noticed him, and with Garner out, maybe just to calm him down a little bit. You could tell he forced that last one. Just give him a quick break.
Mayfield hits them both. He's got 14, and the Admirals lead 46-41. Thackerson off to Rashawn Bright, guarded by Mayfield. Blauvelt and Harrison both out to set screens as well. Actually, Bright doesn't really use them. Comes right, gives to Thackerson, going back left to Blauvelt in the corner for a three. Good. And so the Dragons back-to-back threes by their long, lanky players, Harrison and Blauvelt, with back-to-back threes, making it 46-44. The Admirals by 2. Lucas Arnold to the scores table. Mayfield dribbling out top, guarded by Rupert. Makes a move after the count was initiated, then backs it out near the timeline, gets a screen from Bishop, picks up his dribble, gives to Bishop. Jake, one dribble, gives to Atwell. Atwell back to Bishop. Bishop into the lane, looking in the corner. Wait, we got a blocking foul. Got a blocking foul on the Dragons, as it was.
It's actually a good call. I know it's a tough call if you're a Clinton fan or player or coach, but that's.
Yeah, Dragons were all excited. They thought that Farragut had just thrown the ball out of bounds in the near corner. But Bishop, as he's releasing that pass, crashes into a defender, Rupert, who picks up the blocking foul, and the Admirals catch a break. Continuing to lead by 2 with just over 3 minutes to play. Arnold is checked into the ball game, joining Dylan Atwell, Carter Mayfield, Jake Bishop, and Dallas Carbaugh. We go under 3 minutes to play. Jackson Garner's back into the ball game for Clinton. He's on the ball on Mayfield. Here's Carbaugh, left side, now to Bishop, swings it right to Atwell. Admirals using clock. Down to 2:45 as Atwell drives baseline and had the ball knocked away by the Dragons. Knocked out of bounds.
Would hope you can run enough clock to get Ryan back in here.
Atwell inbounding, baseline to Mayfield in the corner. Takes it right at the hole and scores. Absolutely no recognition. Help defense by Clinton, and Carter got away from Garner and scores an uncontested layup. Everybody turned their back to the ball.
That was interesting. It looked like we were the ones a little disorganized.
48-44, the Admirals by 4. Here's Garner trying a three. Bang. Wow. Shooting is contagious.
It is.
And Garner hits his first 3 of the night. He's got 18. And we've got timeout on the floor with Farragut leading 48-47 with 2:18 remaining. The Dragons do not hit a three-pointer for the first 27 and a half minutes. And since the 4:28 mark, when Harrison hit a 3, they came back. Blauvelt hit a 3, and now Garner has hit a 3. And it's 48-47, the Admirals by 1, as we've got a 30-second timeout. 2:18 to play. Winner moving on to play Tuesday night in the regional semifinal, and the loser will see their season come to an end.
Bearden has won that game pretty handily, so.
That's a 1 versus 4 matchup. Right. So Bearden, the District 4 tournament champion, and Carnes, the number 4 team coming out of District 3. You would expect that Bearden.
So the winner of this would get Bearden. So. Got Ryan back in, so that should help. Still got a 1-point lead, 2:18 to go, and still in good hands here.
Atwell seems hobbled.
Yeah, he does, you're right.
Atwell had given it off to Neal, kind of hobbled into front court. Ryan brings it up the left side where he's guarded by Jackson Garner.
This is our what Higgins calls victory formation. This is our last
Dean Smith 4 corners.
Fouled, yeah.
There's Carter moving right, circles back. So Carter now across the way near midcourt on the right side, centers the floor, hands off to Neal. Ball's knocked loose, and they call. I think they just called Neal for a foul, and he's fouled out of the ball game. Back-to-back years that Ryan Neal will foul out in this region matchup at Clinton. He leaves with 1:45 to play, and
we're all right. We got to get over that play quickly. It's a tough play. Good play by Clinton. I was getting ready to say they have some fouls to give. They could have been a little bit more aggressive, and then right there they get a steal. So
Clinton to shoot 1-and-1. Thackerson, good. Bonus toss coming. They're in the double bonus the rest of the way. And Thackerson has tied the game at 48. Thackerson with the bonus toss, good. And the Dragons lead with 1:45 to play, 49-48. Lucas Arnold out. Farragut will have Dallas Carball. Dylan Atwell. Ball knocked away on the inbound from Atwell by Rashawn Bright into the Clinton bench. Farragut will try again against the Clinton pressure. But you got Carter Mayfield, Dylan Atwell, Jake Bishop, Jack Carrasso, and Dallas Carball on the floor. Now Clinton backpedaling as Farragut unmolested brings it into front court with 1:35 to play. Trailing by 1. Atwell guarded by Garner, driving right. Out top to Bishop, gives off to Mayfield. Mayfield guarded by Rashawn Bright, and Coach Higgins is going to use the timeout.
Good crowd here, by the way, for a
yeah,
for a 1/3 capacity. Must be maxed out.
Yeah, like you said earlier, Coach, this is a fun gym to show up and play in or call a game in. It's always a nice environment. Clinton does a good job coming out supporting the Dragons, and it's just one of those, I guess, Sevier County's got the dome. Who else has got a dome around here? A little different feel.
Good question. I'm pretty sure.
South Doyle, right?
That's somewhat of a dome. Yeah, it doesn't have that dome feel to it, but yeah, this one's one of those true dome with the super high ceiling and the center scoreboard. I guess Oak Ridge would be considered a dome out here too, obviously. It's a good place. Even better place if we can pull out a win here.
Yeah. 49-48 as Farragut led at halftime, 25-23, and has led most of this second half. Clinton did tie it early in the third, but the Admirals now finding themselves down by 1, in possession of the ball, coming out of the timeout with 1:24 to play. Carter Mayfield into Jake Bishop, gives it back to Carter, into the corner to Cuevas. 3-pointers off the back of the rim. Carball with the rebound, goes back up with it, miss, knocked out of bounds. It's Farragut's ball. Oh, you know Dallas would love to have that one again. He was matched up against a much smaller player down there and just hesitated a little bit.
Brandon had a good look
Good
there
look
too.
on three, yeah, absolutely.
Take either one of those things.
Inbound to Atwell, left side. 1:14 to play. Admirals, after Clinton knocked the rebound out of bounds, Admirals with the ball as Atwell penetrates, got loose, and scores with the right hand. Got around the defender, and Coach Higgins uses a quick timeout as Atwell beats his man off the dribble, scores his first points of the second half, timely fashion, and Farragut leads 50-49 with 1:04 to play. Timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout being used by Coach Higgins. So let's get a 30-second break, and we'll return with more on the other side as you listen to Farragut High School Hoops, presented by Pilot Food Marts on 105.3 WFIV. 7-8.
Hey folks, Gerald Adams with Ted Russell Nissan. Listen up. Knoxville, Oak Ridge, Verbal, Sevierville, Lenore City, Morristown, Wartburg, Harriman, Granger, Farragut, Friendsville, Bungalow, Seymour, Carnes, Louisville, Rockford, Wallen, Townsend, even Tallahassee. It don't matter where you live. Google 8565 Kingston Pike. Take that short drive to Ted Russell Nissan, because nobody can sell you the same new Nissan for less. Ted Russell Nissan. We got it going on.
So looking at some other scores from region first round games, Oak Ridge defeated West 78-61. Bearden advances with a win, comfortable win over Carnes. And I think Maryville won by 10 over Central is the last update we got.
Looks like that.
We got some conflicting reports there or something, but
well, it's hard to tell with some of these Twitter. I mean, I'm pretty sure that
that looks like
50-40, which would be a great fourth quarter from Maryville. But
So we've got 55 seconds left here at Clinton, and the Admirals leading 50-49. Coming out of the timeout, here's Garner into the lane, leaves it off down low to Harrison. He scores. And so Harrison has 9. And the Dragons run a nice half-court set as Garner penetrates, draws the defense, leaves it off with Harrison, who lays it up and in and gives the Dragons a 1-point lead at 51-50 with 46 seconds to play. Cuevas checks back in for Farragut as he reports to the scores table. Got another timeout being used. And 51-50 with 47.2 seconds to play. So given those scores we just reported, that means Tuesday night it'll be Maryville playing at Oak Ridge in one boys semifinal, and the winner here between the Admirals and Dragons will advance to play at Bearden Tuesday night. All of those games will be at 7 o'clock. Again, Farragut looking for its first region victory since 2009. Victory at Campbell County when the Admirals were a number 3 seed.
Clinton may actually come out with a little pressure. They have a foul to give. So, you know, you can kind of take a gamble here, maybe get lucky, pick up a foul. It's not a big deal.
Clinton has 5 team fouls, so Farragut's 2 away from shooting the bonus. Meanwhile,
at least I'm pretty sure that's a 5, right?
Yeah, that's a 5. That's a 5. The Dragons are. That's not a 3. That is a 5.
Well, no, I mean, you could be 5 or 6. I mean, you don't know how many.
Yeah, no. I think it's just that one.
You can't tell how many lights are missing on this side of the scoreboard.
But the Dragons are in the double bonus. We've got 40 seconds to play as the Admirals coming out of the timeout, bring it into front court with Dylan Atwell. Atwell off to Mayfield. 1-point deficit, 33 seconds to play here at Clinton. Atwell out near the timeline. Works off Bishop's screen, gives into the corner. Cuevas, 3-pointer off the back of the rim. Carball battling for the rebound, and we got a held ball. And the possession arrow is to the Dragons. Possession arrow is to the Dragons, and so 20.7 seconds to play. Farragut got to get Arnold into the ball game for Cuevas defensively. So Thackerson inbounding for Clinton against the press, and in it comes to Blowvault, and now back to Thackerson. Admirals need to foul, as it'll be Bright fouled with 13.8 seconds to play. Almost looked like, I don't know if Atwell was just mugging a guy to keep him from getting to the ball, or if he was trying to give the foul before the play was even inbounded. Ball was even inbounded. But ultimately, Clinton does get the ball in, and they ate up nearly 7 seconds. And at the free throw line to shoot the double bonus is Rashawn Bright. Bright with the free throw good. He is 3 of 4 from the line tonight. 13 points for the Clinton junior. It's a 2-point game with 13.8 seconds to play. Cuevas is back into the lineup for the Admirals. Second free throw's missed. Atwell comes up with it. Atwell working against Bright, and they foul with 10.7 seconds. 10.7, so they're 1 away. Farragut shooting the bonus on the next Clinton foul. 10.7 seconds to play, and the Admirals trailing 52-50.
Higgins must be out of timeouts here. I would.
Inbound to Bishop, back to Mayfield. Down to 8 seconds. 5 seconds. Mayfield, left side, driving, baseline, gives to Bishop through the lane. Shot was blocked at the rim, and Clinton will hang on and win it as Blauvelt blocked his shot at the rim. Bishop cutting down the lane, took the pass from Mayfield, and the Dragons rally to win it 52-50. They will move on to the regional semifinal on Tuesday night at Bearden High School as the Dragons improve to 17-5 on the season, and Farragut sees its season end at 13-13.
Tough one there, obviously. That's a good look. Good drive. Good strong take by Jake. That's just a good play. That's just a good play from the Clinton defender rotating over there.
They list him as Blauvelt at 6'6", and those long arms came in handy as he made the shot block at the rim. I tell you, Bishop has played so well the last couple of games, and just the confidence to take that shot right there, the cut to the basket, the whole thing is
great cut, good look by Carter, and again, just a great play by Clinton.
Made the defensive play.
You know, you got to. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. He's coming one possession. Coach Higgins is coming up. Eric, thanks for everything you did. Great season.
Coach, appreciate you tonight and all throughout the course of the season. That's Coach Jason Mayfield. And we're going to be joined now by head coach John Higgins. And the Admirals tonight fall 52-50. A tremendous high school basketball game here at Clinton High School. And Coach, we're just saying, Jake Bishop gets the shot blocked at the rim by a kid 6'6", got those long arms. But I tell you, at other points in the season, you wouldn't have seen Bishop attacking the basket like that. The growth of that young man here late in the season, just sort of in a lot of ways, is the embodiment of the entire team in a lot of ways.
You know, what can you say about Jake Bishop, man? He's a great kid. He's a hard worker. You know, and he's just worked his tail off the entire season. And so, you know, for him to be able to come out here in this atmosphere and this type of game and the importance of this game and really just play well, you know, play within himself, play within his limits, you know, just goes to show you, man, when you're a good kid and you work hard and you listen, you know, the sky's the limit for what it is you can do.
All sorts of contributions, you know, that you don't see in the scoring column. Played great defense again tonight. You had made it a point to mention how well he played in that consolation game, Farragut's last time out in the victory over West, and I thought he picked up right where he left off. And a couple of times tonight on the offensive end, just again sort of asserted himself and played with a confidence that maybe we would not have seen at the offensive end earlier in the season. But again, that's just sort of the growth of this team over the course of the season. You and I have talked on occasion on the air and other times off the air about, you know, the inexperience in a lot of positions on this team. But you know, again, the growth. And so I kind of felt the need to highlight Bishop there right off the bat because strong move there at the end of the ball game, and a young man that is a senior, and you look at the various seniors on this team that played their final game tonight. That's a group that, you know, you had to, because of all this COVID mess, you had to recognize them at the beginning of the season rather than late in the year. But a good group of young men, you know, this 2021 class.
Yeah, great group. You know, this is a lot of these guys were the first guys to come in and play on my freshman team my first year here at Farragut. So to see their growth to where they are now from where they were, you know, it's a joy to see. You know, I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the work that they've put in. You know, and they stuck with it. It wasn't easy for a lot of them, you know, throughout 4 years, but they stuck with it. They kept working hard. They kept grinding. And, you know, this is the end result of it. You know, they're out here playing major minutes in a big-time game, and you know, that's what you hope all young kids can see. You know, the hard work does pay off. So, you know, this group of guys, what can you say about them? They're just a great group of kids.
Yeah, Bishop and Mason Motley, and that was a special night early in the season, the senior night when he got the opportunity to play and hit a couple of shots against the Heritage Mountaineers. Jack Carrasso, we've talked numerous times about his growth and the fact that young man's only playing his second year of competitive basketball, and how much he grew into this role over the 2 years, but especially this year. And on the offensive end, how much he matured. And you got Lucas Arnold. He was out there playing, as you said, big minutes, crucial minutes tonight for you. You're rotating in Brandon Cuevas on the offensive end, you know, and Brandon with the confidence coming off the bench, as he so oftentimes does, you know, to take some big shots for you. Zane Zatawi, unfortunately, unable to play the last few weeks with that foot or lower leg injury that he had. But good group of young men. And Coach, you want to get over that hump, right, and get that region victory and move on from this round. But I guess a lot of credit to Clinton, right? I mean, it's a tough place to play, and they're a talented team, but man.
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, 2 years in a row, Eric. Yeah. You know, but you know, give Clinton a lot of credit. I mean, it's their gym, you know, and so I thought we did very well throughout the entire game, you know, sticking with our game plan, making them make tough shots. And then in the fourth quarter, I mean, they hadn't hit a three all game, and then they hit 4 in the fourth quarter. You know, and that's, you know, a couple of times our help defense wasn't where it should have been, you know, and and Clinton made you pay for it. So, you know, I thought they fought extremely hard. I thought our guys played extremely hard.
Absolutely.
I thought they played extremely smart. You know, of course, in a game like this, you're going to have some plays that, you know, that you wish you could take back. But, you know, as far as our effort and our determination, our fight, I couldn't ask for anything more. They really worked hard. You know, and we really got better throughout the entire season. You know, they started to buy in, and when they bought in, you could see, you know, we kind of just took off from a team perspective in our play and how we played with each other and how well we played off each other. So, you know, I hate to see this group of guys go, this team go, because I felt like we could have done some real special stuff, even though our record doesn't dictate how good I think we were.
Right.
You know, but, you know, guys got to know, kids know this is a learning experience. You know, if you're a returner, you know, we've got to learn. This is 2 years in a row where we've had a lead here in Clinton for a chance to get out of the region quarterfinals into the regional semifinals, and we haven't been able to get it done. You know, so they've got to learn from that. If you're a senior, you learn how to deal with disappointment, you know, and how this isn't the end of the world. You know, there's a lot to come back from after this. Continue to work hard in life, and good things are bound to happen. And as you said earlier, you know, with this group of guys, you know, if they're not the embodiment of that, you know, hard work will pay off. You know, that's a lesson that they'll be able to take with them for the rest of their life.
Thought, you know, defensive effort tonight to as you said, make it difficult for Garner in particular. Really good. I mean, you know, he's 7 of 8 from the foul line. Hit the 1-3 there in the fourth quarter. As you mentioned, they did not hit a 3 until 4:28 remaining in the game. Got the first 3 when Harrison hit it with 4:28. That was followed then by Blauvelt hitting a 3, and then Garner hit a 3. But he had only 1 3 tonight, and 3 field goals in the opening quarter. After that, his next field goal was that 3. And so I just thought your guard play defensively was really good.
I thought we did extremely well defensively, you know, with what we wanted to do. You know, I hate that Ryan got in foul trouble, you know, because that really hurts us. You know, he's a really important player for us. And, you know, when you're dealing, I mean, I would say he probably only played, I mean, you know, a minute and a half in that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know, in winning time, and you're talking about a guy that's been consistently one of our top players all season long, you know, and for the last 2, 3, 4 weeks been our best or right at the top of our best players. To not have that for basically the entire fourth quarter, you know, and to see where we were, you know, a stop away from winning this basketball game, you know, a made shot away from winning this basketball game. You know, that's a testament to how hard they fought and how hard they worked.
Yeah, it's disappointing, Coach, because you were right there, so close, right out there on the cusp. I hate it for you and the team. I don't want to keep you from the team. I thought your team, you know, you could have gone in the tank. Got the technical. I marked down when they got the technical. It was 35-29 with 2:47 to play, and but I thought your team really responded well after that. Went on a little 5-0 run, reestablished itself. But just one of those things, you know, throughout the course of the game, you're going to have to answer runs and stuff, and the team did that.
Well, you know, one of our keys was keeping them off of the free throw line, and you know, we did a really good job of that in the first 3 quarters. You know, but in the fourth quarter, I mean, good grief, it's like every time I turned around, they were shooting free throws. I mean, that's how they got back in the game. That's how they get a lot of their points. That's how Jackson scores a lot of his points.
Yes.
And so, you know, from that perspective, we didn't do a very good job of making sure that we kept them off the line. But, you know, when the game's being called the way it is, you know, sometimes those things happen. And, you know, again, that's why Clinton came in second in their district. That's why they're a really good basketball team.
Yeah.
They know how to take advantage of those type of things.
17-5 on the season. The Admirals were right there, had a chance tonight to get it done. And Coach, it's been fun to watch this team. Each year, you know, it's a story that unfolds over the course of the season. And you know, it was ups and downs, peaks and valleys, of course, throughout. But great job by yourself and your staff. And I hope. I hope those kids understand how much you believe in them, because that to me is one of the things that, you know, it seemed like to me when we would talk off the air, maybe it was a little frustrating at times that you just wanted them to grasp how good you knew they could be, and if they just had that confidence, the sky was the limit, and I thought they played with that confidence tonight.
Yeah, I thought we've played with that over the past few weeks, and it's been good to see. Throw out that Maryville game last Saturday,
right.
And I just think that, as I said earlier, to see where these guys have come, I thought over the last few weeks they've really grown as a team. They started to realize how valuable they could be for each other and playing off each other both offensively and defensively and believing in each other and settling into roles, and it's been a joy to see, and that's why I said I hate that this season's over because I really like this group of guys. I feel like we could have done some real special things out here.
Well, Coach, again, I don't want to keep you any longer from your team, but thank you for coming up. Thanks for coming up all season long. As I said, over the years, you're always welcome, never obligated, but you've been up here, whether it was a great win or a tough loss, come up and chat, and we appreciate it. I know the viewers this year, so many more people only being able to watch the games, not being able to attend in person, always interesting to get the coach's insights, and so appreciate you coming up, Coach.
Eric, I appreciate you and Brandon and all the radio guys for everything that you've done for us all season. It's a pleasure to come up here and speak with you. I think you do a wonderful job, as everyone out there can attest to. So, it's an honor to come up here and speak with you and for you guys to cover us every single year. And so, for everybody that's listening, everybody that's watching, thank you for sticking with us all year. I know it hasn't been pretty at times. Trust me, I know. But, we're going to go out there and we're going to battle every night. We're going to get better throughout the season. And at the end of the year, we're always going to have a chance. And so that's what you really want. So, thanks to everybody out there. Thanks to you, Eric. Thanks to everybody at the radio station.
Thank you, Coach. Coach John Higgins, his final thoughts on this 2021 season, and the Admirals will finish it up 13-13. They threw a major scare in the Dragons tonight, but Clinton on its home floor will advance as they are 17-5 on the season. They will advance to play at Bearden Tuesday night at 7 o'clock. Let's run down the final numbers from this season-ending contest for the Admirals. It was 15-13, Clinton leading by 2 at the end of the first quarter. At halftime, Farragut led 25-23. At the end of the third quarter, the Admirals were up 41-35, but Clinton, with a 17-9 fourth quarter advantage, wins it 52-50. I had Farragut with 9 turnovers tonight and the Dragons with 3. And so certainly that looms large in a 2-point game. Trace Thackerson tonight for Clinton, as we look at the individual scoring, was 2 of 4 from the line. He had 6 points. Jeremiah Blauvelt, big 3 in the fourth quarter by that young man. He also had 2 free throws in the first quarter, finished with 5 points. Jackson Garner, 1 3-pointer. It was big in the fourth. He would finish, 6, 8, 10. And so he went 9 of 10 from the foul line. I misrepresented that to Coach Higgins a moment ago. I thought I'd already totaled up his free throws, but I had not added the 2 in the fourth quarter. So 9 of 10 from the foul line tonight for Garner. So half of his points came at the foul line, as he had a team-high 18 to lead the Dragons. Rashawn Bright was 3 of 4. Change that. 3 of 5 from the foul line tonight. He had 13 points. Lane Harrison, 1 3-pointer, big one. That's the one that got Clinton started with 3 in a row from long range. He finished with 9 points. So 3 3-pointers for the Dragons, back to back to back in that fourth quarter. And from the free throw line, 21 attempts tonight for Clinton, and they hit on 16 of 21 free throw attempts. For the Admirals, it was Dylan Atwell with a couple of 3-pointers, 1 3-pointer, 1 of 1 from the foul line as Dylan finished with 8 points. Ryan Neal unfortunately fouled out with 1:45 to play. He was 1 of 2 from the line and had 3 3-pointers this evening. It was Lucas Arnold scoring 2 points. Dallas Carball, 1 of 2 from the line. Good job by Dallas tonight, battling inside on the glass. Again, 1 of 2 from the line. He had 1 3-pointer, finished with 10 points. Carter Mayfield tonight was 2 of 2 from the line. He had 4 3-pointers and would finish with a team-high 16 points tonight for Carter Mayfield. Jack Carasso with 2 points tonight as the Admirals with, 9 3-point field goals, and they shoot 7 free throws and hit 5 of their 7 free throw attempts. Again, Clinton was 16 of 21 from the foul line. Farragut with the 9 3-pointers, Clinton with the 3 3-pointers. The Dragons, by my count, 3 turnovers. The Admirals with 9, and it's Clinton winning 52-50. Again, hate to see those seniors go. We'll give them a final mention. Brandon Cuevas, Zane Zatawi, also Lucas Arnold, Jack Carrasso, Mason Motley, and Jake Bishop. Best wishes to those young men as they move forward with the rest of their senior years and whatever life has in store for them ahead. And the same, too, for the Lady Admirals, who saw their seasons come to an end last night with Gabby Duncan and Sage Carbaugh and Macy Barnes. Best wishes to those young ladies, too. Appreciate all of their hard efforts over the course of their high school careers, and best of luck in the future. Admirals fall tonight, 52-50 to the Clinton Dragons as they see their season come to an end. Again, Farragut wraps it up 13-13. Certainly appreciate all of the help this season. Tony Cox tonight at our WFIV studios. He'd also been out to Heritage to make sure the video stream was working well last week, and I always appreciate Tony and his expertise and versatility and willingness to do whatever is necessary. Also, all season long back at our WFIV studios running the board, Dusty Street. Always very capable hands there. Nothing to worry about on my end of the broadcast when Dusty's in studio. Also, thanks to Jason Mayfield and Coach John Higgins for coming up and chatting after the games, as well as providing some color commentary here over the last few games of the season. Brandon Campbell behind the camera, and appreciate Brandon. Football season, basketball season, whatever. Nobody does it any better than Brandon. Justin Beaver has been providing the games on YouTube this year, and appreciate getting to know Justin, just being around him and his help. And I guess trying to think what else we had. Jamie Vining, I guess, was Jamie Vining was helping out with YouTube as well there for a number of the girls' games here once it got split, girls and boys, in the postseason tournament. So want to, again, nice to get to know Jamie, and I assume we'll be working together in years to come. But just appreciate all those folks back at the radio station, as well as those affiliated here with the video stream, and everybody at Farragut High School. It's always a lot of fun to cover the Admirals and Lady Admirals. Both teams, I think, felt like they were capable of going farther this year in the postseason than they did, so it's disappointing. But, it's going to be disappointing whenever it ends. Like we said last night with Coach Mayfield, if it doesn't hurt, it didn't mean anything to you. And it stings tonight, there's no doubt. The Admirals looked like they were in a good position, but could not quite put this one to bed as the Dragons win it 52-50, and Farragut sees its season come to an end. So we appreciate you listening all season long or watching all season long. I hope you enjoyed the broadcasts and the video streams. And until next year, for all of those previously mentioned, I'm Eric Gerhardt signing off, saying thanks so much for listening.